Sports. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now Penix to the air right away. And his first pass is incomplete.
When you think back to the success he had going in football to win last week, so naturally, he's going to come out throwing one here, but that time, they couldn't connect.
Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Looking to throw, Penix. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get it. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. You look at the Saints defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Powering forward. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Let's go now.
Now Shuck. And he's got his man on the out route. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down. The Saints are 1-9 now on the year. And they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. You talk about this Falcon defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group never put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Somebody gotta do it. I mean, hey, somebody gotta do it. I take the G, hey, watch him do it. We survived outside, all from the music.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
19, Bravo 80.
Throwing, Shuck. The pass caught by Olave. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
He's going to air one out. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To throw is Shuck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
To throw now, Shuck. That is incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Again, it's Shuck. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for just 3. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. This one taken in by Alado. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 and the 15. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Panther 11, Panther, Viking 18.
Here's Shuck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
70 Timberwolf.
Shuck now to throw. And it's caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 2nd-round pick leading this offense well. It'll be a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Tag. Rocco 80.
They'll go with the keeper. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Tyler Shuck scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Saints have got it back to within a score.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Kill.
ETN is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown.
And you think about starting this drive, you've just given up a long touchdown, and you're down 14-0 early. If you don't score here, there's a chance you might have to pack this one in before halftime. So that's a great response to go down the field and finish it with the touchdown run.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Saints 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Here's Penix.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
To the air, Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They'll throw with Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
This pass is caught by London.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. A good pickup there at 22.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
19-18.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Falcons. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
21, Saints 7.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Let's go now. Go street. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Take go.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back over the line of scrimmage. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
At the Falcons' 21-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle.
They're going to look to throw.
He completes it to Olave.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you situation.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Rock roll 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. Boys, focus. Go.
He'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Go.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now Penix. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot it. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Here is 3rd down and 4. Throwing again, Penix. This ball down the field for Pitts. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. On the bootleg, it's Penix. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Falcons
Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now ETN to start the drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Folk out there now to kick this one off. Pushing it. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Robinson on a give right side. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. That's going to be incomplete. Well, it looked like he had it for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now he's going to bring up 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Going for it. Here's ETN. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On first down, right back to ETN.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 19 Lion.
From the gun, Shaq.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
James Pierce
In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially just 27 yards there on the play.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, but you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're cheating right there on the brink, aren't they?
Throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's number one goal is to throw that timing off.
And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Here we go, set.
Now back to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
From the gun on third down, here's Shuck.
And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Fielded at the 43. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Robinson up the middle.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now, what a first down pickup of 8.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. You can start stringing some runs together like this. You'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But when you get a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Let's go now. 19, Charger, 19.
Penix working out of the gun here. Out left to Dotson.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
70 Lions.
Looking to throw, Penix.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
60 Eagle.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And his guy's man in stride, complete.
And the Falcons are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
So when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Robinson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
60 Maverick. Go.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix.
Caught on the slant. Touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Nick Folk.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard
Throwing,
line.
Shuck. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
To throw now, Shuck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Cowboy 80. 19 Lion.
To the air again is Shuck. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Define Diablo dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. And he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. And unable to get downhill there, so take this up to about the 37. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.